What is up? What is up? This dick in this motherfucker. Man, what is going on? We are back, Black. I guess they would say blessed and highly favored. Whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. We are back in the building. This is No I Don't Know TV. I'm your boy Warren G and the Plays of B. Been clowning sucker free since 2003. Y'all niggas cannot finesse me. Not one bit. And I don't care what you say or what you do. And if this shit start tripping, I'ma just upload the regular video. So I don't give a fuck. Oh well. Hey. That's why I'm recording. I'm probably just gonna have to send it to YouTube. But I thought I'd do it live and get it cracking. Man, what is going on? We got a lot of shit to discuss, a lot of shit going on. Hey. Shout out to everybody that's at the Court Plantation right now, doing what it do, making it happen all day, every day. Doing the necessary things that they got to do to survive, like go to work, get up, and provide, and do the bullshit that you don't want to do. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to all my niggas out there that's finessing. You got to give props to them, because them niggas have learned how to bend reality to their will and get niggas to give them bread and money and feel bad for them. And these are just niggas that don't want to get up and go to work. But these niggas can go fuck all day, though, and go ride around and get it. Shout out to those niggas. And those would be the very niggas that are mad at the next nigga that get up and go to work. Because if you don't get up and go to work, on payday, that shit gon' hurt. Hey. And I don't understand why motherfuckers think that the shit is sweet, because life is not sweet. I don't care what you say, foundational Black Americans or African descendants of slaves, American descendants of slaves, ADOS, FBA, I'm all of them shits. My great-great-grandparents built this country, so we are owed a debt, so shout out to Cube, and I'm tired of motherfuckers. We gonna get into it today. Tired of motherfuckers going at Cube as if they're so sophisticated. Don't listen to Cube, listen to me. Okay, then what you think we should do? We should get Trump out of there. Man, get the fuck out of here. But you don't wanna hold these goddamn demon crats accountable. So shout out to motherfuckers that know what it is. If you wanna vote, go vote. I say it every week. But don't be on no sucker clown shit, because that will not work with a nigga like me at all. Shout out to everybody that is at the Court Plantation right now, just at the plantation, just grinding hard, not smiling, looking up. Yes sir, no sir, boss. Whatever you need me to do. You need me to jump off the bridge and break my neck for you, boss? I do. You want me to work every day while you sit at home and keep your foot on my neck, boss? I'll do that for you, boss. Shout out to those niggas. Shout out to the Hayward Shepherd, tell him about the gun line, Steven from Django, Sambo, coon ass niggas that ain't got nothing better to do but to attack nigga that's standing up for black folk. So shout out to them suck ass niggas too. I don't give a fuck who you are. We gotta call out the sucker shit. Ain't nobody perfect, but goddamn, this shit that we gotta discuss, and the things that we gotta discuss is shit like this. Why is it when it comes to black folk, we have no problem going in on black folk, but when it comes to the white folk, we won't say a goddamn thing. Hey. I don't know what that is. I call it Stockholm Syndrome. I call it bonding with your captors. I call it, I need butter biscuits and Hansel and Gretel crumbs so I can feed my family and live this prestigious lifestyle. You got to look at it and view it like people at the Core Plantation. I'm not telling you to be on the Core Plantation and be a Nat Turner, but I'm also not telling you that going on the Core Plantation and shitting on other black folk in front of white folk, that's disheartening and that's divisive. That's a fact. Hey. So when you look around and you see motherfuckers finessing and doing things that they shouldn't be doing, that involves you, business deals, things like that, just get the fuck away from those people. Don't have them around. If you have them around because you want to hook up, then that's on you. I don't want no hookup. I don't want shit from a motherfucker if they're going to be finessing and playing games. Don't ever play games with people's money, because guess what? That's what the dominant white society has done to black folk the last 450 years. So if you think things is going to change by bashing other black folks that are standing on a purpose of getting reparations and helping out black folks economically, if you want to shit on them, then you need to question when you're going to shit on white people, and not just Donald Trump. I'm tired of everybody just using Donald Trump as a doormat, as if the Democratic Party is so nice. And they do things so well that we could never say anything against them when they haven't even called out Ed Buck for all his fuckery. They have not called Bill Clinton out for fucking some of Jeffrey Epstein's women. He was in pictures getting massaged, so I know he was doing more than getting a massage, nigga. So stop it. But our brother Bill Cosby is in prison for an alleged crime. Correct? That's because they want Ice Cube's land. There's oil on Ice Cube's land and they're trying to get him to sell it so they can drill the oil. This is what they do to black folk. So wake up, y'all. Hey. And last but not least, shout out to all my black brothers and sisters that is staying strong at the corporate plantation. Now, it's not bucking their eyes and samboing and cooning and being divisive and not trying to help out his fellow black men. I'm not saying if you got other people in different racial groups that want to help you, you don't not take the help, but stop trying to go help every other racial group but not help your own. Because when you look at the Latino community, they practice group economics. That's a fact. So don't be mad at them, be mad at yourself. And stop including them in your struggle, because they will never include you in theirs. That's a fact. And there's no diss. I got love for my Latino brothers and sisters, but you did not build this country. Black folks did off the backs of black slavery. Black labor equals white wealth. And if you don't go get this book, then you shouldn't even be having no type of discussion with nobody about no cakes, no pies, no nothing until you go get this book and read it. If you don't go get this book and read it, then I don't understand why you even talking. That's our brother, our elder, Dr. Claude Anderson. That's a fact. We're going to get into it. Hey. Cut this shit down, man. It's a lot to discuss, man. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't finished Lovecraft. That's a show that comes on HBO. I don't like, but there's a lot of symbolism in it. I'm going to get on that just real quick. Lovecraft, y'all need to check that out. That's on HBO. They do got a foundational black American playing one of the lead roles. He should have been in Fred Hampton's movie and not that non-foundational black American. He's a non-foundational black American. They shouldn't have him playing it. They need to stop having these immigrant play roles of us. They don't know what it is to be black folk in the United States of America Incorporated. So I have a discontent for that. But in this series Lovecraft, they have this one part where these white people, I don't know if they're slave owners or what, but they use magic, masonry, magic, and all that. So this one white lady, she used this magic potion and turned this black sister white. And the black sister actually liked it because she was able to do things that she could never do. Very, very good symbolism in that. And I just thought I would share that because I said, wow, You know, but at the end, she didn't like that shit because she just didn't like from, I haven't watched the whole series, but from the episodes that I've seen, I'm like, man, this shit is crazy. And then the white woman wanted to be a white man. It's some real freaky bullshit in that. Some of it is good. There's a lot of symbolism in it, but sometimes it goes off the rails, and you're like, man, what the fuck are y'all on? For real. But I thought I would talk about that. Another thing I wanted to talk about and make sure that we're on the same page is, hey, man, y'all motherfuckers, even if a person vote, you don't vote, that don't mean you bash them. If you think they on some sucker shit, you discuss that behind closed doors. But stop fighting in front of the dominant white society about who's the better slave master, Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Stop doing that. Stop that shit. If a motherfucking nigga start hunting you down about that, and just be like, look, bro, I'm not trying to argue with you in front of these people, because that's just entertainment to them. Because white folks will argue, but let me tell you something. They know how to get on code with each other when it's time to divide that money. And that's what we don't know. That's what we need to do. Be on code and establish a code of conduct. And stop trying to seek and destroy your own kind. Have conversations. Motherfuckers need to have conversations behind closed doors instead of going on their platforms and talking shit about niggas. But then you not doing shit. And the reason why is because I noticed that a lot. I watch different podcasts and I see it. And some people, they'll call them out directly. Some people, they won't call them out directly. But a lot of these people, to me, it just seems like they are linked to one side or the other, the Democratic side or the Republican side. And I agree with Ice Cube. We shouldn't choose either side. We should be independents because both sides have not done anything for black folk. And I don't understand why we keep having the same conversation over and over again. And motherfuckers, why everybody want to attack our brother Ice Cube? Ice Cube, shout out to Ice Cube. Why everybody wants to use him as a doormat, I don't see none of you other niggas doing a motherfucking thing. Sorry, DL Hughley, but you're on some Sambo shit, my nigga. Like, for real, for real. I don't know who's worse, you or motherfucking Terry Crews. Because for you, and I'm going to play the clip, for you to sit up there and bash our brother Ice Cube when he's using his platform to leverage the vote, Powernomics, by Dr. Claude Anderson, and then you demean him and say, oh, we're listening to somebody that just brung us Fridays or a platinum album. Well, nigga, you're a comedian, so why should we take you serious? Nigga, you act like you went to Harvard. Or, nigga, you went to the NYC or UCLA or Stanford. Stop. And even if you did, we still wouldn't take you serious because you're a fucking comedian. Stop. Which white people choose to like because you're very, I would say, straddling of the fence when it comes to racial issues. You'll make a joke out of it because you know you got to get away with it. But you're never really just going to call out them white people. Not the way you should. You'll call out Donald Trump because he's the boogeyman. But you won't call out the rest of these white folk. And that's a fact. And I think motherfuckers need to stop just listening to what a motherfucker like DL say and see for yourself. Stop going for the okie doke and just thinking, this is just my personal opinion. I look at all these people, right? I'm on Twitter all the time. And as I look at Twitter, I be like, a lot of times I just be like, a lot of these celebrities, they don't want to lose their funding. They don't want to lose their sponsorships. And I get that. I get all that. Fine. But don't attack the next motherfucker that's like, fuck those sponsorships. I'm for my people. And if you're not for my people, then we shouldn't vote. And you use the platform, I'm like, man, that's pretty gully, man. So I got the video, man, and we about to listen to it and comb through it, and we gonna break it down right now because this shit is just ridiculous. You know what I mean? I got love for DL. Like I said, let me explain. I got love for our brother DL. I didn't like how he went at Professor Griff, and he kind of made a mockery out of him. And then when Professor Griff responded, he had to call him, and they had to, kind of work it out. Because Professor Griff called that nigga bitch niggas and all kinds of shit, which he had a right to. Because you kind of was very condescending when it came to Professor Griff. And Nick Cannon. Why would you do that? Why'd you say that? Defending the white Jewish community. Stop. So here, let's play this and let's see what our brother has to say about Cube.
I carry fantasy is a fantasy to believe that you can get this administration to do anything. It's you've seen black person after black person after black person after black person ruin themselves on the altar of Trump with nothing in return, and Ice Cube is the latest one.
Wait, what you mean black person? First of all, Kanye West did not have a plan. First of all, everybody that's met with Donald Trump, with the exception of our brother Ice Cube, has not had a specific plan for black folk. See, y'all can take that out of context. Everybody just wanted to be up under Trump because they just wanted to be up under Trump and get some nigga trinkets and some fucking Hansel and Gretel crumbs. That's all niggas wanted. That's why they just want to smile with him. Just like those niggas were smiling with Barack Obama as he did nothing for black folk. So I don't want to hear that shit. See, you can't frame that picture like, well, Q just wanted to talk to him. No, he had a specific agenda for black folk.
Platinum plan. When I heard it, it was insulting from the gate. Why didn't they have the spinning rims plan? We have a third wave of COVID coming right now, and he's meeting with the dude that gave us 3 Fridays.
Okay, now, first of all, nigga, I know you're scared because you had COVID or whatever, allegedly. I don't know. You fainted. You did all, and I get all that. But you better get you some, you better get you some act right. I hope they don't got you. So in that COVID attack that you had, was it some Samboism along with that? Was that a COVID Sambo 2020? Because, man, for you to sit up here and attack this brother after Cuban already came out on CNN and said, that's not my plan. I have a black contract with America. That's that platinum plan. That's his plan. I never even talked to him. So for you to do this now, I think it's pretty bold.
You can always tell the seriousness and import of the meeting based on who was in there.
And then he said, here, let's rewind it, because then he said, we're talking to somebody who brought us 3 Fridays. But you're a comedian. So I don't understand that. You're a comedian. So we supposed to take you serious, but not take Ice Cube serious.
Wave of COVID coming right now, and he's meeting with the dude that gave us 3 Fridays. You can always tell the seriousness and import of the meeting based on who was in there. Based on what the topic at hand is. Yes, people are right when they say we have a lot of problems, we need a seat at the table. But we need the right people at the table.
So now Cube is not the right person. See, this is what I mean about this Samboing, cooning, buck dancing, and now all of a sudden, well then nigga, who do you think? I would love, then bring up who you think should be meeting with him. You tell me. Because everybody on the other side is nothing but a bunch of roly-poly, Sambos, coons, and mammies.
We need people from education, from finance, from medicine, from medical, from prison reforms.
So, first of all, prison reform, I already told y'all what that is. All they do is just take people, move people around. That's all prison reform is. They don't do anything with that. That's like police reform. That's a broad and ambiguous term just to throw you off. We're going to do police reform. And they going to take Mark Furman and all those niggas that beat the fuck out of Rodney King and was planting evidence on OJ and just move into another department. That's all they do. They're not changing that shit. They just make it sound good. That sounds smart to somebody dumb. That's one. Two, when he said we need doctors, all that. Okay, so our brother Ice Cube has been practicing powernomics in dealing with our brother, the great elder, Dr. Claude Anderson, who's been doing a lot longer than you've been doing comics. I mean, being a comedian. So we can talk about Dr. Claude Anderson, who's very reputable. He has also been meeting with Dr. Boyce Watkins, a mathematician, a PhD in finance. So we just checked off 2 of those. So who else? So he's already been meeting with those people. He's already met with other people. So who else does he need to meet with? Oh, they need to be on the Democratic side. That's probably what it is. Hold on, let's rewind it again because we're only going to do fact checking.
They say we have a lot of problems. We need a seat at the table. But we need the right people at the table. We need people from education. From
education, that's Dr. Claude Anderson.
Finance.
That's Dr. Boyce Watkins.
From medicine, from medical, from prison reforms, sociology. People who have done this for a living and not made a couple of banging albums.
So you basically think, see, that's an assumption. And that's a false narrative that you're creating. Because basically you making it seem like Ice Cube just went up in there talking about yay, that bullshit. And you see how that's like us saying, well, D.L. Hughley, why the fuck are we listening to you? You ain't nothing but a dumbass comedian who fucking fainted on stage. And you trying to blame some other shit because for all we don't know if you had COVID. And if you did have it, good for you. But that doesn't mean that you attack Q. Why don't you pick up the phone and call him instead of using your platform to do that shit? And I ain't mad at Q for being like, my nigga, fuck you.
Ask you something. Why is it that you will meet with Ice Cube, but you will not meet with the Congress to get a stimulus plan passed.
Stimulus. See, and let's talk about that. Stimulus. Now, why is it the Congress could get together like Cube said with Andrew Cuomo or whatever his name, Chris Cuomo? Why? Listen to what Cube said. Cube was like, why is it everybody could get together? He said we need to work with both sides because y'all can get together to get stimulus passes and fix the debt ceiling. But when it comes to helping black Americans who built this country, y'all act like we don't exist. And I'm not talking about brown people and people of color. I'm talking about black folks that are descendants of slaves. That's what I'm talking about. And you're taking what I'm saying out of context, and I did not meet with Trump. So you are, it's just so funny to listen to motherfuckers like this.
Why is it you won't meet with Joe Biden in another debate, but you'll meet with Ice Cube? Why is it that you will not?
But why would we meet? Now let's ask this. Like I just told you, Joe Biden. So you already let me know you're a Democrat. So you for them. You not for no black folk. You're for them. Because you wouldn't be talking about no fucking party right now, knowing good goddamn well either side has not done anything for black folk at all. But this is what happens when you give people a platform, right? And then they hide behind being a comedian, and then they mix it with jokes, but you really taking low blows at our brother as if Ice Cube is just some dumb nigga walking around talking about yay the whole fucking time.
Meet with the people who are trying to stem the coronavirus, but you'll meet with Ice Cube. And I'll tell you what it is. Out of all these meetings he's had with these black people, why are they always actors, comedians, rappers, and athletes? When you watch...
So when Barack Obama met with black folk, he met with rappers, actors, and comedians. What doctors did he meet with? Who did he have? Who did Obama have in his circle that was for foundational black Americans? Obama didn't even mention a nigga's name at all. At all. He had a lot of Jewish white folks around him, making sure them Jewish reparations was getting paid. But when it came time to talk about black reparations, motherfuckers like that shit did not exist. So I don't even know why you bring it up. And Biden, this is the architect of the 94 crime bill. See, he can do that there. But if you put him in a forum with a Dr. Clyde Anderson, a Boys Watch, all of that, eat him alive. They'll be like, well, brother, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? None of them people don't want to meet with nobody. They want to use broad, ambiguous terms and use the benign neglect policy and act like niggas don't exist.
The RNC, do you see one ex-president, one governor, one foreign affairs expert? Have you seen them endorse him? You know why? Because they know he's a fool. And do you know why Trump picks the black people he picks? Because they are all entertainers, and that's what he thinks this is. All after.
So you think that Joe Biden and all those Democrats are just so much better? Because I want somebody to question him and be like, so you think that Joe Biden is any better?
Do is show anything, and they'll be distracted. The platinum plan. You could tell right away that he was working with somebody on that. $500 billion, where do you get that from? And for Ice Cube to say, well, I talked to the Democrats, but they said they couldn't do anything after the election. Let me tell you why. Because they don't hold the power right now. They don't hold the power.
You taking up for the Democrats. Brother. You sound like a Sambo. No, they would be like, well, this is our plan for black folks, and this is what we plan on doing when we win. And if we don't win, this is what we're still going to push as an agenda specific for black folk, that we're going to push it through so we can gain your trust and get your vote in the next 4 years. That's what you would do if you really wanted somebody's vote. You would start working on it right now. Basically, well, I'll talk to you if we win. And then you defending them. Oh, DL, you're acting like motherfucking Terry Crews right now, nigga.
Presidency and the Senate, and to get anything past that $500 billion that you supposedly got, who gives it to you? It's appropriated by the Congress, but the Senate has to pass it. Can you see that happening? They won't give money for airports. Airlines are closing, but I'll talk to you. Schools are shutting down. People are close.
Nigga, that's going to happen anyway. First of all, people, whoever is listening to this is the United States of America Incorporated. They're going to crash the system anyway. Have any of y'all watched The Matrix? They're going to crash it anyway. They don't care. They're not going to keep it the way it is. They're going to crash it. So I don't even know why you, and you know why you talking that COVID shit, because that motherfucker passed out. So now you're a COVID fighter all of a sudden. Man, nigga, stop. Stop with the bullshit and the antics and defending the Democrats as if they're your friends. They don't give a flying fuck about you, nigga. They just want you to tell some jokes. But how dare you question his credibility and question his education as if he's just some dumb nigga that gonna go in there and be yay the whole time. You don't even know what the fuck is going on. But you sitting there talking about why you won't talk to them about passing the stimulus bill so people could get money because they're closing the airline. They gonna do that shit anyway. Have y'all heard of the 2008 housing market crash? Have y'all ever heard of the fucking Federal Reserve and how they crash the system every 10, 15 years? So why the fuck is this something new to everybody? Everybody acting like this is new. Nigga, black folks need to be worried about black folks and not worried about stimulus for everybody else. Man, get the fuck out of here. So you can get some stimulus money going, but you can't give black folks reparation for the shit that they built for free? Nigga, you sound dumb. That's why I don't understand. This is why niggas need to start just shutting the fuck up. Unless you doing anything better, just shut up. So you going hard on Q, but you ain't go hard on Steve Harvey for meeting with Donald Trump. You ain't go hard on him, but you going hard on Q. Man, stop. Oh, well, Steve Harvey's my friend, man. Come on, man. Niggas got to stop that shit, man.
Being homeless, but I'll talk to Q. It is all for folly. He is one of my favorite rappers, and if we were talking about making a great album or some of the other projects he's done, that's all in. But to sit down with that man who only uses black people for caricatures, only for backdrops, only for photo ops, it is insulting.
And what is insulting as well is that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris together is insulting. He only picked her because she's black, and he wants her to deal with all the niggas. Why didn't Joe Biden go back to Charlemagne the God and sit down and talk to him about a black plan for black America? I wonder why, because he got pressed the first time. Why is it Joe Biden does not want to meet with nobody, but he does a bunch of photo ops too? Why is everybody trying to make it seem like Donald Trump is the evil guy and that Joe Biden is not a racist? Joe Biden practices anti-black racism every chance he get. He's been in office for 50 years and ain't done shit for black folks but lock niggas up. Come on.
Yes, we need to be in the room, but it needs to be the right people in the room. People who have expertise on any number of problems that plague us. Any number of problems. And while you were meeting with, while Ice Cube was meeting with, did he talk to him about how he's trying to suppress the vote? Did he talk to him about the fake ballot boxes they have all over the country?
Oh, my God. This is exactly why black folk need to wake the fuck up. This nigga talking about he's suppressing the vote and all that. Who gives a fuck? And J. Edgar Hoover was the goddamn director of the FBI for 40 goddamn years, taping every conversation and straight out wrote down on paper seeking to destroy the next black messiah, COINTELPRO. But I don't see you talking about the goddamn FBI. Man, stop. God damn, man. As the FBI colluded with the Chicago Police Department to use another black person to give them the blueprints to Fred Hampton's house so they could execute him. So why the fuck are we sitting up here justifying Joe Biden and the Democratic Party when Lyndon Baines Johnson basically called Martin Luther King a bunch of niggas every chance he got? Yeah, he sat down and met with him. But he was a nigga all day long and said, I'm going to have these niggas voting Democrat for 100 years. And they been voting Democrat the whole time. And then when you look at a nigga that be like, well, I'm voting for the Republicans, nigga be like, oh my God. As if you're better than them. Y'all the same. You should be independent and not voting with either one.
Did he talk to him about the poll watchers they're going to have that could potentially have violent outcomes with black people? Did he talk to them about how long our lines we have to wait in to vote? Did he do that? Did he talk to them about the way?
No, he was talking about a contract for black America, for a specific agenda for black people. He ain't talking about all that voting, all that other shit. Then we don't give a fuck about that. Nigga, where's our bread for what the fuck we need? Fuck all the dumb shit. I don't see the Koreans in there fighting who they gonna vote for. They put their bread on those politicians' heads and they practice powernomics and they going about their motherfucking way. They don't sit up here and go try to buy Balenciaga and all this other shit and buy a whole bunch of European clothes and all this other shit. No, they they sell us the goddamn European bullshit and they take their money and take it back to their community.
Black women in childbirth died disproportionately. Did you have those conversations?
No, that is something you want to talk to your sister Hillary Clinton about when she said that Margaret Sanger was her hero. Stop.
why you didn't? Because that wasn't what it was for. The platinum plan. That's what we'll do. Right now, today, there's an article in Newsweek that says the Proud Boys, right now, they're planning a civil war if Trump loses. It must be something for Trump to have the Proud Boys and Boys in the Hood on the same line.
Oh, Lord Jesus. And we're not saying that that's not going to happen. But guess what? If black folks don't have no economic base, then what the fuck are we supposed to do? Keep voting for either party that ain't promising us nothing, DL? Come on, man. Brother, come on, man.
When you got the Proud Boys and Boys in the Hood, yep, that was a good day. That's a little note from the GED section. We got a jazz report coming up in 15 minutes.
Oh, man. Nah, man. And there you have it. The Sambo perspective. And I try to tell motherfuckers all the time, man, you got to be careful of these motherfuckers, man. These motherfuckers will Sambo you to death. And play these games and act like they don't know what the fuck is going on. And, why don't you vote for this person? And I like Ice Cube's response. He put the middle finger up and basically was like, nigga, I want all these people, to tell me where are their goddamn degrees and all this other shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny that you can sit from a standpoint of a judgmental perspective when did you even reach out and talk to Brother Ice Cube and see what he really talked to him about? No, you didn't. But you didn't go hard on Steve Harvey when he was sitting up there after he was like, I didn't know it was going to be a photo op. I thought we were talking about things that really help our community. You avoided that shit because that's your homeboy. But since you don't really know Ice Cube, you want to talk shit about him. If I was Cube, my response would be, I'm not worried about niggas that's sitting up here telling us to vote for the Democrats when they ain't done nothing for black folks either. I don't care if they ain't going to win. You ain't done nothing anyway. And leave it at that. And I don't even respond to motherfuckers that ain't man enough to pick up the phone and call me and get my number. You can DM me. You can hit me up on Instagram. You ain't got to be doing all that shit. That's sucker shit. Sorry, DL. You're a good comedian, but that's still some sucker shit. You could have picked up the phone and called him instead of publicly chastising him as if y'all not equal. As if you've been in the political game longer than him. Man, stop. Motherfuckers got to stop that shit, man. In my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Stop calling each other out publicly and start having private conversations with each other so you can know where each other's coming from. And stop, to me, entertainment for white folk. Stop doing that shit, man. Because in my personal opinion, I think all you're doing is just adding fuel to the flame. And you're distracting everyone from what the real purpose is. No, because motherfuckers think that Obama did so much. Man, Obama didn't do a motherfucking thing for no niggas. And don't give a fuck about doing a motherfucking thing for niggas. That ain't his goal. I'm telling you right now, they are trying to make Ice Cube public enemy number one, and then other black folk to join that bandwagon and do it. That's what they're going to do. And they're not going to stop until, in my personal opinion, they're not going to stop until, I would say, there's nothing left. Until a motherfucker be like, man, I don't have time for this shit. Fuck it. If niggas is broke, fuck it. That's why, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, black people are the hardest people. It's hard to love our people because we will sit there and Sambo and Coon and buck dance and do all this bogus ass bullshit. But damn, we don't even want to deal with them. We act like white people don't, like as if they're a myth. You know what I mean? It's almost like questioning a person about their religion. Like, well, how do you know your way is the right way to heaven? And how do you even know that heaven is real? How do you know that heaven is real? Show me the documentation that's real besides that Bible. Motherfucker, you know that shit. And I'm talking about young people. I ain't talking about old people. Old people, you don't do that with them. That's their belief system, and it's not your job to question that. But when they're younger, they should know better. That's like telling a motherfucker that Santa Claus is real and he is on a sleigh with some fucking reindeers in the sky, fucking jumping down motherfuckers' chimneys and leaving presents. Yeah, that nigga jumping down the chimney, leaving presents, fucking your bitch, and making a sandwich, and then leaving. Nigga, ho, ho, ho. Just like they got y'all niggas thinking that Easter is about hiding eggs and shit, and basically having an Easter egg hunt, when really, bunnies lay shit. They don't lay eggs. Nigga, but they got you out there painting them and dyeing them and hiding them and eating chocolate eggs. You're basically symbolizing eating chocolate shit. So stop it with the bullshit. Motherfucker acting like, that's what make me laugh, because motherfucker acting like, man, well, nah, it ain't like, nah, nigga, it is like that. Motherfucker, man, that's why when I saw that shit, I was just looking at motherfucking DL like, man, what is this nigga on? I'm like, man, this nigga's ill. Because you could have had that conversation with Q behind closed doors. You didn't have to publicly do that to him. You know what I mean? But if I was Q, I would respond like, I'm not worried about motherfuckers like that. What you doing? Why don't you assemble a team together and get them to go talk to Donald Trump? But you don't want to do that because you're a Democrat. You just want the Democrats to win. And then when they get in there and don't do shit, all you're going to do is be like, oh, well, the Republicans, they run the House. So, man, stop all that. It's going to take them 4 years just to clean up what Donald Trump did. Stop. That's the same shit that they use with clown-ass Barry Soetoro. Well, Obama, he had to clean up what Bush did for fucking 8 years. That's why. Wait till the next term. Then the next term, what'd he do? Well, you know what I'm saying? He's still cleaning up. Okay, well, what is he going to do for black folk? Well, he is doing stuff for black folk, like, taking away where you don't get overdraft fees at Bank of America. What the fuck does that got to do for black folk? Then when you question black people, they get mad at you. I had posters up of Obama, and after that first term, I was kind of questioning it. But by that second term, I was like, man, let me take this shit down. I took that shit the fuck down. I took all my pictures. I don't want no pictures of that motherfucker up. That motherfucker didn't give a fuck about no niggas. He gave a fuck about his white Jewish friends and the people around him. That's why when a motherfucker pulled over his friend and arrested his friend, he had a beer with the motherfucker. Instead of using his power and his influence to be like, this guy needs to be terminated. You racial profiling. You have a black president. Now you up here trying to be bipartisan. What you be? White folks are not bipartisan. They don't give a fuck about no bipartisan shit. White folks are about white folks. That's a fact. It ain't nothing changed. Just like Bill Burr said, white women acting like they have it so hard. When y'all roll around in the blood money, as you buying your goddamn SUVs and Range Rovers and Balenciaga and all this other shit and rubbing it in other black women's faces, having black women feeling less than because they can't go get Michael Kors and Balenciaga and all this bullshit. Stop. Stop. That's a bunch of bullshit. And motherfucker like, why you say that, Warren? Because it's the truth. Want to hear that shit? That shit is not going to change. And motherfuckers, we got a third wave of the COVID. Man, stop, DL, man. Come on, man. Motherfuckers got to stop that shit, man. Cheerleading for fighting to see which master is the best. No, what about we eliminate both masters and be independents and come up with our own party that's different from either party that is beneficial solely to black folk who built this country. I bet you if you was a broke motherfucker that wasn't on TV, didn't have no little bit of pull and no little bit of power, no little bit of following, and you had to work a regular 9-to-5 job like everybody else, you wouldn't be talking that shit. You'd be like, well, why? We need shit for us. See, it's all those. Let me tell you why. So, racial showcasing confusion, that's one of it. That's the, I'm going to parade the safe Negro around, give him all the Hansel and Gretel crumbs and shit, and make him that he's different from all the other black folk, and then say, this is the model, this is the template, and I want all y'all to be like that. Because then when you're oppositional of that, it's like, what? Look at DL. He doesn't like Donald Trump too. Like, nigga, so? I don't like Trump or Joe Biden. I like whoever gonna do something specifically for black folk. I don't give a fuck about all this dumb antics. But then when you are contrarian and oppositional to that belief system, motherfucker wanna look at you crazy. You know what I mean? And then bring up, we need the right people at the table. So then why don't you name the right people since you want to name doctors and education? And then that's why Cube had to be like, well, I've already been consulting with Dr. Claude Anderson and Dr. Boyce Watkins, whose PhD is in finance. Now what? You ain't came out and issued no apology. That's why I'm telling y'all, these type of people are very divisive, and that's what they like. And it's very much entertainment for black folk. And that ain't gonna change. And they want that type of entertainment. Why do they want the entertainment? Because it's order out of chaos. And to me, my personal opinion, I don't even think it's the Republican Party right now. Right now, it's the Democratic Party. They the ones pushing that narrative. That's why Cube had to go on CNN and basically be like, I didn't say any of that. And I never met with the president. And it's not my plan. And stop saying that. And they had to tell him, no, you said I said that. And I didn't say that. So come on, man. Then you got, and it just makes it so much worse when it's black folk with a little bit of following and some prestige that's, oh, well, why is he meeting with him? This is all entertainment and all this other stuff, as if it's not entertainment for the Democratic side. Man, stop. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about no niggas either. Y'all niggas better wake the fuck up. Stop thinking because they got a Joe Biden sign in their house that they all bad, they all good, and if they got a Donald Trump, they bad. That's social engineering. They put that right there. Just like I told you, go watch The Matrix. As the Merovingian would say, you need to go read a Merovingian book. Those were the Frenchmen with long hair who came from royalty. They were known as the saints. But anyway, the Merovingian said, power is an illusion between those with power and those without. Choice is an illusion. That's what he said, not power. Choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. Basically, they give you the choice. But the choice is steered the way that they want anyway. That's why they give you a Democrat and they give you a Republican. You notice they don't give you nothing for black folk, but they give you a Democrat and Republican. And then you got to choose which one is going to sprinkle some Hansel and Gretel crumbs. Fuck all that. I don't believe in that shit. I don't never believe that has been the way that we can move our economic base even one iota, because we sitting up here catering to people that ain't never once even gave one flying fuck about us as a whole. They don't care. That's why they can continue to watch niggas get dumped on and shot and lynched in public, and they'll march, whine, and repeat with y'all, but they won't talk about reparations with you one time. Go find me a dominant society white person, in my personal opinion, that has money that's about reparations where you could be equal to them, and see how they march, whine, and repeat with you then. Trust and believe you me, the dominant society has already been socially engineered that, well, we've been in power so long, why would we give it back to them? This is beneficial to me and my family because we don't have to work as hard. And it's always been this way. So I don't understand why people are sitting up here. That's why don't march with me. Don't march with me. Don't come with me talking about you. I don't want to know who you vote for because I don't care. Because you don't want to know my belief system. What's your belief system, Warren? I believe the Democrats and the Republicans are both anti-black. They both practice anti-black racism, and they both don't give a fuck about whether we progress economically or we decline economically. They would more see fit to us declining economically than progressing, because then we don't need them. We don't need them. Now they're not empowered. They're not in power, which means now they can't pass that generational wealth down to their white folks, which means now they have to actually get up and do work. Trust me. Go watch The Underworld. Look at how Victor acted the whole time. He was cool. Victor in The Underworld, one of the eldest and strongest vampires. Oh, he loved Lucien. As long as Lucien didn't fuck his daughter and he didn't get out of line, he loved Lucien. But he never wanted those bloodlines to cross paths at all. At the fuck all. Oh, what's going on, Tasha? Why at the Court Plantation? Hey, I understand that. That's a fact. That's why I'm hitting it up early, because I already know what the fuck it is. Nigga, that shit ain't fun being at the Court Plantation and working. Just look around you. You don't need to say nothing. Look around you. You could have a white person smoking crystal meth in the bathroom and doing black tar heroin, and they can come out and be your supervisor and be sweating like a pedophile at a kindergarten graduation. And nothing happened to them. And you'll be like, dude, it's fucking 40 degrees outside. Why are you sweating? I don't know, man. It's just really hot. And then and guess what? They'll never get fired. All those white people will be on cold, and everybody will act like they don't see it. I've worked in those conditions before. I've seen it for myself. And I'm like, wow. But you know what? It doesn't surprise me. It's called being on cold. And that's exactly why black folks are always behind the line. Because we'll attack each other. I'm waiting to see when D.L. Hughley's going to use that same energy and go at those white folks in the Democratic Party, like Ed Buck, like Bill Clinton. And not make it a comical relief session, but some real shit. Like, I don't really trust the Democrats either, because they ain't really done nothing for black folk. Why is it we got to include everybody? You niggas start talking about stimulus and COVID. Man, fuck all that. What's the point of you fucking coming up with a cure and doing all that shit for COVID? We broke and we ain't got no money, and niggas got to go work 1,000 jobs just so they can pay their rent, because All it takes is a nigga to be like, oh, the Raiders are coming. And now they want to raise a nigga's rent from $800 to $12 and $1,300 a month if you live in Las Vegas. Come on, man. That's crack prices. That's why I was so mad. I was like, these dumbass niggas out here jumping around for the goddamn Raiders. But these are going to be the niggas that ain't got jobs. These are going to be the niggas that can't even pay their fucking light bill. They can't even pay rent on time. But you jumping around for the fucking Raiders. That's fucking crazy. And if that didn't show you with COVID-19 how they shut everything the fuck down, I would have been like, fuck the Raiders. Nigga, I'm broke. I don't got no bread. But nah, we jumping around about the Raiders, but Las Vegas, Nevada, Clark County School District is 50th on the list in education. Paying teachers $30,000 a year. What the fuck can a teacher do with $30,000 a year when they owe 80 grand in fucking student loans for getting a teaching degree? Man, stop. But we got the Raiders, though. We got the Raiders. Stop. This is what we talking about with a black contract on black Americans. Black Americans should be having to work 2 and 3 and 4 fucking jobs like a goddamn Jamaican just to pay their bills. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Man, inflation is a motherfucker. And you sitting up here worried about a stimulus. Fuck a stimulus for everybody. Everybody didn't build this country. Nigga, we need a stimulus for black folk. Fuck a stimulus for everybody else. Why? One, because everybody else didn't build this country for free. As they pass down generations and generations of wealth through money market accounts, CDs, motherfucking IRAs, mutual funds. They just pass the wealth down. Insurance policies. Black folks will get insurance on their phone, but won't get insurance on their life. And that's why you got Lil Kiki and Lil Day Day and Ray Ray and Quavion out there doing a goddamn car wash because Lil Dee Dee and Lil Boo Boo and them nigga, they got caught up in some bullshit. They ain't got no life insurance. Parents ain't got no bread. Y'all trying to have a funeral for them, which costs money. So now you got to fucking do car washes and do GoFundMes. And while you doing that, shit, the average white home, they got life insurance on everybody in that household. That's a fact. And probably can't wait for a motherfucker to drop. So they go cash in that life insurance policy and be paid. And white folks will still do a GoFundMe. We not even talking about the insurance policy, but we sitting up here talking about, well, what about this? You know, yeah, man, you talk about everything but black folk. You criticizing everything that Ice Cube did, but you're not even worried about, well, maybe we need to have something for oh wait, the platinum plan. I don't give a fuck if it's platinum, gold, fake gold, silver plan. I don't give a fuck what it is. Why the fuck would I care about that? Stop. Niggas need to grow the fuck up and stop playing these bullshit games and sitting up here and pandering to the fucking white dominant societies, one of their other parties, which is either the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, thinking that this way is the best way when both parties don't give a flying fuck about you. So now it's about leveraging your vote to see what you can get. But hey, man, that's been my time. I thought I'd hit y'all up. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Shout out to everybody that's handling business. Send this to anybody that's on the same page. Don't even fuck with them. And if you out here talking about, yeah, man, Cube shouldn't be meeting with Ice Cube should be meeting with Donald Trump, man. That means he's a Trump supporter. Guilty, nigga. You a motherfucking Sambo, nigga. And I'm out. Peace.